One of the great things about Haydn is that he was writing in the Enlightenment period where it was essential, because you were being commissioned to write symphonies by your patron, that your patron have a very good time listening to them. And so he went out of his way to be both entertaining and amusing at the same time as writing just fabulous music. And La Chasse has a good deal of sort of picture painting with the music about the idea of hunting and going hunting. This seemed to connect up in a way that I think Bernstein would have found very nice to the Serenade for Violin and String Orchestra with percussion, because the Serenade is actually based on the reading of Bernstein's reading of Plato's Symposium, in which the whole discourse about what is love and how does it work, which is also kind of a little bit of a question of, the hunt and the hunter, who's actually hunting whom in this case, is bandied about between the orchestra and the soloist in such a way that you have this kind of musical discourse paralleling the evening discourse in the symposium. Bernstein was another one of the performers and composers, like Haydn, who was all about communication, from young people's concerts to introductions and lectures to his actual performances as a conductor, and then, of course, his work as a composer. He was all about really trying to communicate directly with the public. So there is that connection there between the Haydn and the Bernstein. They're all about getting the idea across. And the Serenade is both, by turns, serious and exactly like the Symposium, sometimes wonderfully funny. The Schumann is a darker type of work. It's not funny in the same way, and yet at the same time, here he was creating this musical narrative where you come in right at the beginning and themes that are introduced at the opening are carried through the entire symphony, so that by the end you have the feeling of being part of this extraordinary apotheosis that takes the symphony from D minor in the beginning, rather dark and brooding, to the resplendent D major at the end.